Hi there, it's time for another Commands and Colors game, an Ancients game, and this time we will do a slightly older one than the last marathon. We will be using expansion 6, the Spartans, and we go for the first one in this booklet, Hysiae or something like that. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but Hysiae I think it is. And it's 669 BC. And basically what we have here is the army from Argos, the Argive army, and we have the Spartans, who are, I guess, attacking. I did read something about this battle beforehand, and basically I think the setting is that I mean, this is really in the old days. We have the Greek city-states trying to, well, be as powerful as possible, and I think the Spartans is a great might at this time, and the Argives are well, getting more influence in their province, so to speak, and the Spartans want to show to them that we are the bosses, so we're gonna go over there and kick some butt to show those guys who's the boss, and I'm marching there with a unit, or an army, I would say, and as expected, the Argive army is marching towards them. But if I understood the situation correctly, there are two things that are different with how it was accustomed to fight battles at this time. So normally they will, meet up in an open plain somewhere and just duke it out. But this time the Argives, led by Phaedon, he actually marched to the city of Hysiae and deployed actually on the streets of that city, meaning they were more tightly packed, and by that we did see the first kind of phalanx formations in history, and that is not. So they have adapted a kind of a hoplite unit formation here. That's why they are noted as medium hoplites, because of that tight formation, forcing the Spartans to attack them head on the streets of Hysiae. And the other one I learned was that the Argive, well, if we call them hoplite units, they have this new larger shield. I think that's called the hoplon or something like that. And by that, this is really an early form of the hoplite phalanx we will see here. So, and the Spartans, they have just plain medium infantry here, because they are fighting in the old style that were common in these days, and they also have a lighter shield compared to their opponent here. So this is an advantage of the Argive army here, because the armies are actually quite evenly matched. They have they have equal number of units of the mediums, and also light infantry. They have 3 each of light infantry, and they have 2 medium cavalry each, and 3 leaders. So pretty even matched in terms of numbers. But as I said, these guys have the hoplite infantry bonus, so to speak. And in game terms, that means that these guys can also activate by the mounted cards. So if we get a mounted charge or activate mounted units, we can, with that card, also activate these guys, which is pretty good, I think. So that's the well, the bonus that the Argives have in this scenario. As for the Spartans, well, their bonus is pretty much focused on one unit. They have one heavy infantry here, which is pretty hefty, and these guys don't have any heavies. So that's the setup for this. And well, as I said, I think this actually was more fought in the streets of the city, if I got it correctly what I read. But this scenario is more like set up in the open, and we see part of the city up here. And these are, in game terms, considered as fortified walled city, meaning impossible for any units. So no unit can enter these hexes. We have some other terrain here too. We have hills. Unlike in Marathon, you can enter these hills, and basically their effects are no restrictions on movement. You can only battle with 2 dice upwards, 3 dice downwards, except for cavalry. They have also 2 downwards, and also hill to hill is 2 for cavalry. Block line of sight. I think that's it. And then we have forests. If you enter forest, you need to stop there. All units stop there and may not battle except for light units. They can actually battle here. And I think it's the dice reductions are pretty same as for hill, 2 in, 2 out. And for ranged combat in 2 woods, I think the maximum, there's a maximum of 1 die. Battle cards or cards can increase the number of dice in the attack though. So that's it. Let's have a quick look at the War Council as well. So we have the leader Phaedon here for the Argive army. They would have 3 command cards. Spartans would have 5. So if you saw my last video, I will do my house rule here. I will give those guys 3 and the Spartans 2. Spartans start this game and we fight till one side gets 6 banners. Special rules, as I said, the hoplite infantry rule is in effect, so the Argives would have the hoplite rule for their medium infantry. And Hysiae is a fortified walled city, so no one can enter those hexes. And by that, I think we would be ready to start off turn 1. I've dealt the cards already. I have not looked at them. We have the victory banners. Here's the deck, and here's the dice. So let's start turn 1, and the Spartans go first. Okay, let's look at the cards. I mean, for the battle plans, they're very evenly matched, so and the Argives have their flank secured more or less with that walled city. I think they are quite happy with their position, and also, I mean, it is the Spartans who have marched up here to this city to kick some Argive butt, so I think we will take a more aggressive stance with these guys and the other way around with the Argives, but it depends on what cards we have here. So let's check. Spartan start. They can order 2 units left, or they can do this move, fire, move, which is not a bad opening, you know, a classic skirmish start. So they could actually move up, throw some javelins on both flanks, and then head back to the line again. Or we just start marching with 2 units on the left. And what would that be? We could just start marching up, of course. We could move up the lights and throw the javelins anyway. Or we could take one light and then 1, 2, 3. We could move up the cavalry. Oh, I forgot to say, maybe these are medium cavalry here with the leaders attached. Same goes up there, 2 medium cavalries. Maybe I mentioned that already. Anyway, I think I'll go with a move fire move. That's a classic old style battle opening, I think. So we will activate light units. I think this card less than equal to command. Okay, so it's 5 for the Spartans, but we only have 3, so that's fine. Let's activate all of them. We got this guy, and this guy. So we will move up first. So our targets would be, I guess, for these guys, that unit there, and that unit. I mean, that's a tempting target. It cannot retreat, but as we will move, we can only throw 1 die, meaning if we get a flag, we can still ignore that because of the support it has. So it doesn't really matter. I think we can take the other one instead. So let's move up 2 steps. And 2 and 2, and then we start throwing the javelins. And we start here, and let's take that guy on the flank. That's a miss. Take... this is of course bad. If I roll the flag now, it will retreat, and the other one cannot throw anything. But what the heck, we cannot do anything anyway. So let's start from the flank. And of course we got that flag. So these guys will now retreat, and I think it's 2 hexes, right? Let's check to be sure. We have the lights and retreat hexes 2. Yes, so it will run back to the baseline here, like that. And the other guy has no target anymore, so it's done. And I will actually do like this. So I'll leave a gap here this time for the cavalry to charge through if needed. And for this guy I can move again. I can basically do the same here. I go back to an uphill here, take a position there. So I'm a bit more safe also from a cavalry attack. And by that, we're done with the Spartans, and we do like this, draw them a new card, and then let's see what the men from Argos have to offer. I'll put that away, like that. Okay, so we have heavies. That's not good because there's no heavies at all, but if there are no heavies, we can still use this card to activate 1 unit of our choice. We have this, that's a good card. I am Spartacus. We roll 6 dice for the Argives and activates units as rolled. But I think that's a bit... I don't know if we want to use that yet, because we are not able to reach the enemy for battle yet, so I will hold on to this, I think. And then we have a leadership any section. Okay, so since we have a slow opening, I think I'll go with this heavy troop, and so I can activate 1 unit. Let's see, maybe I could move up that light again. I think I'll do that. I'll just move this guy up again, up here. So if we get a good light card next time, we could move up to reach an enemy with javelins. So it's a slow start. Some skirmish unit activity happening. So we draw a new card for the Argives, and then directly head on to turn 2. So we got the Spartans, and now they get the coordinated attack. So they could move 1 from each section. I'm not sure I'm too happy with that. What to do then? I think I will hold on to this, and we play this card. So we will activate 2 units here. And who would they be then? We have the cavalry. We cannot reach any enemies with that cavalry. I mean, we have 3 hex range. That guy could move up somewhere and throw some javelins. Maybe we actually could do that. Move up to the woods, be a bit in cover there, and just starting harassing this flank. That's not a bad idea actually. So let's do that, and let's activate the cavalry too. So the lights will run over the hills here and end up sneaking down to the forest, getting into range of those lights and surprise them. And for the cavalry, I will just move them up 1 hex. This means I am now in striking range of the Argive lights there. Okay, so let's see, we are in woods. I need to check if there's a limit for... I don't think there is. I think we can throw that 1 die on those guys. But nothing. So we stay put here. So I'm in cover in that sense that I will, or these lights are in cover here, because they can only be attacked by maximum 2 dice, and if they starting to throwing javelins, they only get 1 die here. Okay, still not much happening, no casualties yet. We will draw a new card for the Spartans, and let's see what we have for the Argives turn 2. Okay, now they got these light troops, and maybe or the leadership. I mean, I think the Spartans would have been more than happy to have these cards, because they actually, I think they want to start moving up, but they don't have any good cards to start moving the bigger blocks of units, but like a leadership or something like that. But okay, so let's play the light troops for the Argives. And we have 3 of them, like that. Question is, do we want to advance forward? I think we want to do that, yes. So let's move these guys up here. Now we are in range to throw some javelins here. And for these guys, I will shift the line to the Spartan left, to their own right, like that. And now we are able to throw 1 die each here. But let's start here. I will actually throw against these medium Spartan infantry here. It's 1 die. That's a miss. And here we have 1 die each. We would start with the guys on the hill. Okay, we are forcing the Spartan lights to retreat. So they go back 2 hexes onto that hill again. This means these guys don't have any targets anymore. And that's it. Still no casualties, and still only action by the light units. So we are ready to go with turn 3 then. Okay. Leadership center. Maybe we should start moving up the guys then. I think so. So it's the leader in center, this guy, plus 4 units. And that means basically the whole center line. Like that. Unfortunately we cannot get these guys to move. But I will do an oblique march there so we can attack those guys. And let's follow with the line here, because we want to keep these connected in case we will get a line command later on. Bad thing is that these guys are now detached from the main line, but they have their own little battle group here. And on this flank we are still able to connect these mediums, because even though they didn't move, and still connected all the way down here. Okay, so these guys cannot fight. But actually here we can fight. And the Argive lights will for sure opt to retreat or evade. But I will get these 4 dice, and green symbols hit when you do the evade. And the first casualty. So the Argives lose 1 light block on that unit. Okay, we got the first blood. On turn 4. I think we are right. Turn 4, I think so. That's it. So here's the situation. Center start moving up, leaving the flanks a bit behind, so it's a bulge there, but whatever. It's still something that looks like a line. So and that was this card. I forgot to discard that. So let's draw a new card for the Spartans, and we move up to the Argive turn 4. See how they can react now. They have the Spartacus card. They have now 3 units in the center, and they have the leadership card. So question is there any reason to respond yet? I don't think so. We still have 3 hexes in between, so it's a long way before we can battle. Even if these could do a double time movement, they are still out of reach of the Argive main line. On the other hand, there is a risk of staying close to the own side of the board, because once you start retreating, you will soon start losing blocks, because you don't have any retreat path anymore, because you cannot retreat out of the board, right? So there could be a reason to move up these guys one hex to get that buffer of hexes in your back. But let's see. 3 in the center, or the leadership plus 3. I don't know. Maybe we could do another light attack then, if we took that one. We could raid here if we want to with the cavalry, but I think we will get too hardly hit back, so we will not risk that, I think. So, but I will play that leadership +3, so I will activate this leader +3 units. That will be the lights. The question is, should we activate that guy to move it up 1 hex? I think we can do that. Let's activate this guy too, move it up 1 hex to meet the advancing center of the Spartans. The cavalry, I think I move up that too. I have a big reach on more units now. Okay, so the lights. Okay, it's time for the Argives now to take hold of these forest here. I'll also do this. It's a bit bold, but I can take out that one. It cannot battle. But anyway, I think it can be worth it if we hit. So we can now, if we now can reduce that cavalry unit there, that would be really good for the future on this flank for the Argive. So let's start throwing a javelin there to the cavalry, towards the cavalry, and it's medium cavalry, so we hit on blue ones. That's a miss, and we do the same for the other guy from the forest, and that's a miss too. So nothing there. And that was turn 4. Well, not much happening still. These are maybe a bit dangerously close to the Spartan lines now. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we have now some medium infantry in reach here. I don't know, maybe that was too bold of a movement. We could have stayed put and just waited there, I guess. I don't know. But let's see. Okay, so turn 4 is done. We grab a card. And yeah, let's play one more in this video. So it's a Spartans again. 3 in the center or a coordinated attack. I think I'll go for a coordinated attack then. And well, let's start on this flank. So we move up the lights from the very right flank. In the center, I'm not sure if I want to activate anything in the center, to be honest. No. And on the left flank, let's attack those lights. So these guys will move up 2 hexes, continuing the skirmish fight there. And now the medium infantry marches towards the bold lights there. Yeah. So let's start the fight. We have 1 die, javelins flying against the Argive lights, and a miss. And here we will for sure see evade. So those guys rush back there. Let's see how many of them survives. We got 4 dice, and green are hits. There's no hits at all. So these guys managed to do a successful evade. And by that, the Spartan turn 5 is done. Pretty much forming an own battle group here. The main center line is staying put. We are only seeing some skirmish fighting on the right hand side here so far. Discard that card. Grab a new one for the Spartans. Put it away, and we're ready for turn 5 of the Argives. How can they respond? They have 3 center or 3 left. And of course they have this one that they will wait with still. What to do then? I mean, I don't know if I want to press on in the center with only 3 units. I want to get the whole bunch moving here, so I think I go for the. Oh, sorry, it's the Argive's turn, of course. So they have the center option, but again, nothing they can do. More or less. So let's take these 3 units left, meaning from this view the right hand side. So good thing for our guys now, they can throw back a full volley of javelins from the lights, and I think I also actually activate this guy and also the cavalry now. So this medium infantry will actually move forward a bit. They are moving forward to meet the, like on the other, other flank we are creating a kind of a crest here formation for receiving the central charge. And for the cavalry, I will just move it out to the flank. It's an hit range now of these lights that are a bit detached from the other line here. And these guys will only stay put and throw this full volley we talked about, and that's 2 dice against those lights, Spartan lights there. And alright, 2 flags, and he cannot ignore any of them, so he needs to go back 4 hexes, which he can, fortunately for him. So he goes 1, 2, 3 and 4 back to the Spartan baseline, and that's basically it. So we're done. We'll draw a new card for the Argives, and well, not much happening. Slow developing battle here. Minor casualties. Actually only 1 light so far coming from this. I think it was attacked when these guys attacked and they evaded, but some guys got caught and imprisoned, I guess. So let's stop here and load up this video, and I'll be back soon with the continuation. Thanks for watching.